Hello. So I found a job. I managed to find a part-time job working as a supermarket delivery driver for 3 days a week. So I suppose I can't really call myself a NEET anymore. I need to change the name of this channel because I have a job now. I haven't really started yet. I've just been doing training. Um, so it's been like watching a 5 hour Zoom call with this guy talking about how to, drive an electric vehicle, 4.5 ton electric vehicle, um, and doing all the, like a lot of reading and testing you on what you've read and, all that stuff, all the bureaucracy that has to be taken care of before you actually start the job. So I've just been doing that. Um, yeah, it's been okay so far. Um, like I said, I haven't actually started, so I don't know how it's going to be. I did go out with one person on a run to see how it all works, and it seems pretty straightforward. But then again, he'd been doing it for 3 years, so he's used to it. I'm sure there'll be things that I mess up on my first few runs, but that's okay. I think they expect that. But yeah, in terms of mixing with other people, which I've always struggled with, it's been okay. I've mostly been by myself, or we've been having. If I've been in a group, we've been having to focus on things. So there's not much time for like chit chat or stuff because I'm terrible at that. I feel like I'm just waiting for them to realize that I'm like completely socially inept. You know, and the sooner they realize that, the sooner I can kind of relax, and because I don't want to give the impression that I'm really sociable, because then I've set a precedent that I know I'll find impossible to live up to. I don't want to be cold or anything. I want to be friendly, but I don't want to seem like, you know, different to how I am, because then I'd just be acting the whole time. And I've done that before, and it's really horrible, and it just drains your energy. So you already run out of energy, and you've got to do your job as well. So it just makes things twice as hard. So, but I realise that I don't actually mind if they just see me as this boring guy. I don't care about that. Whereas when I was younger, I would have cared about that a lot more. I would have wanted them to know that I would, or to think that I was, a funny guy or something. Always cracking jokes. Um, my focus was on being funny. But now I'm just like, whatever. If there's, you know, if there's something I can say that's funny, and then I'll just say it. But I'm not going in there trying to impress them or something, or trying to make them think that I'm some really funny person that's really enjoyable to be around or anything. So that was quite refreshing to not have that on your back. It's a good thing about getting older, is you don't care about that stuff so much. Um, but yeah, and I guess because you're just, that's why I applied for this job. You're just going out on your own, and you don't have to really speak to many people. So that suits me down to the ground. Um, but I think it will be quite challenging. I'm going to be going to some rough areas around where I live, around Edinburgh, and well, I already saw that with when I went with another guy. he went to some rough places, and there's some people that are just really in a bad way, like, like alcoholics and just people that are kind of, I don't know, there's just not something wrong with them, but they don't seem in the best way, shall we say. There was someone like coughing up a lung basically because she was so hungover from the previous night. She was alright, but she was just really coughing and being sick, and we could hear her being sick, and she knew that we could hear her, and we were all kind of laughing about it, but still, yeah. And the nights will be drawing in, getting darker sooner, so that will be another thing. It's not the best timing to start this kind of job, I guess, but can't really do anything about that. I'm glad the summer's over, actually. I always struggle with the summer. It's always, it's really hot, and I get all sweaty and uncomfortable, and the days are really long. It gets dark at like 11 p.m. here, and you just want the day to be over, but it's still light, and it's just like, it's always a struggle. So I'm so glad that the weather is cooling down, and even though it hasn't really been that hot, but still, this is a good time for me. I like coming into autumn, and then the winter, and then the spring. Some people find it depressing, but I don't. I enjoy it. Yeah, the summer is very overbearing, especially when you're depressed and everyone's out having fun, and you're just like sitting indoors. But I like sitting indoors when I'm not depressed. But if you're depressed and you're inside, you just kind of want it to be dark outside. You want it to be grey. It's selfish, but you do. You don't want anyone to have fun. You just want people to be like, or at least not to hear them having fun, like laughing and stuff, because it just makes you think, why do I have to sit here all depressed and everyone else is out living their life? But yeah, summer's over for another year. There are some parts of summer that I like. Eating ice cream when it's hot, that's nice. I can't really think of anything else I like about summer. Football tournaments in the summer. We had the Euros this year. We had the Olympics, so that was good. It was something to watch. But yeah, I think what this channel is making me realize is that I've been kind of not lying to myself, but not really admitting how crap my life is. My life is quite crap, and I kind of accepted it before. But for some reason, doing this channel is making me think, like, actually, because I'm saying all my situation and all the things around it, and when you talk about it or write it down, you can see it for what it is, and it's like, it doesn't sound very good, even though I'm not trying to live up to some ideal. But I think just for me, in terms of what I want my life to be, like, did I want my life to be this when I was a kid? Probably not. I had no idea. That's probably why I'm in this position now. I just didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to pick. You're supposed to pick a job when you're like 12 or 13, and well, maybe a bit older, but you're supposed to know what to do when you're older, or have a kind of path to follow. And I just didn't. There's still nothing that I really am really passionate about doing. I think it's a very small amount of people that know exactly what they want to do, and they go and they're able to actually do it. It's one thing knowing what you want to do, but you might not, get the job, or pass the test. So there's so many hurdles to overcome. But for me, I think I just never knew what I wanted to do. So I've just been doing sort of odd jobs or been unemployed. Um, but I guess that's just what happens. That's the way it is. I can't do anything about it now. Um, yeah. So I have a job. Um, I'm now I am in employment, so not in education, employment, or training doesn't apply to me anymore. So it's the end of an era. I'm not sure how long I'll last in this job. I'm going to see how it goes. I don't want to do it for that long, but I need money, so I guess I'll do it for as long as I need money. But I always need money, so. But there are other jobs out there I could go for if I get too sick of it. Now let's play some guitar.